Hello everyone, and in this episode I'm going to be discussing unordered lists in HTML. So I'm gonna create an H1 title that's going to be saying unordered lists. Alright, there we go. And I am going to give you an example of unordered lists. So I'm gonna add a break tag, actually a couple of them, so it's not going to be as cramped. And then I'm going to make, let's say H2 element, and this is going to be a shopping list. H3, that could be better. And underneath this, I'm gonna make an UL tag. UL stands for unordered list. And inside, I am going to be making LI tags, and they will stand for list items. So let's type in milk, eggs, and bread. So there we go. There we have it. We have an unordered list with milk, eggs, and bread. So an unordered list starts with the UL tag, and each list item starts with the li tag, which means list item. The list items are marked with these black bullets, small circles by default, but we can also change that. We can say that this unordered list is going to be having a style of list style type colon, let's say disk. That's the default value. What if we change this to be circle? Well, now it looks a little different. What if it's going to be a square? Then it's going to be a black square. And none means that there is not going to be any kind of list style. Anyways, let's keep this at disk, which is the default value. So there we go. Now lists can also be nested inside of others. So for example, we can create a list inside of here. So bread, let's create an unordered list underneath this, like that. And let's say there's going to be white bread, then there's going to be brown bread, and yeah, that's it. So now you guys can see it looks like this on the website. And once again, we can give this style, list style type, for example, circle or disk or basically whatever of the previous styles, even square. There we go. But the default is going to be the circle. So that's gonna be the default value for a nested unordered list. So, yep. Anyways, that's unordered lists in HTML. Now, I'm gonna also go over ordered lists and other lists. So, an ordered list starts with an OL tag and will have list items like coffee, milk, and tea, let's say. Now, ordered lists start at 1 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, they continue on like that. The OL tag has the type attribute, and we can set it to be 1, for example. Now this will mean that the count over here will start from 1. If I set it to be 5, the count, wait a moment. Alright, sorry, the start attribute, if I set it to be 5 or 10, the count will start from 10. If I set the start to be 5, it will start from 5. But I will leave it at 1. Then we have the type attribute. So basically the type can be 1, which is the default. It can be A, which will make the list items numbered with uppercase letters alphabetically. It can be lower a, which will do the same but with lowercase letters. Then it can be I, to use Roman numbers, uppercase, or a smaller I, to use Roman numbers in lowercase. So those are the start and type attributes for ordered lists. And just like the unordered lists, these one can be also nested. So let's go and give this one another ordered list. Let's put there to the coffee, we'll give a list item of black coffee and medium coffee. And it will look like this. Once again, we can set the start to be, for example, 5. It will say 5 and 6. Let's leave it at 1. And the type can be A. And it will say A, black coffee, B, medium coffee, in uppercase characters. Then there's going to be description lists. So I'm gonna type in DL, which stands for description list, and then I'm going to be typing in DT. The DT means the description term. So let's say, for example, coffee. Then we can add a DD over here, and that will describe the term in a description list. So let's say coffee and coffee beans and DD. And what else do we need for coffee? We need milk and a coffee maker. Alright, then let's make another detailed list, or description list, and let's add a DT tag of milk. And what do we need for milk? Well, we need some cows, we need a farm, and then we need some workers. So this is another way to make lists in HTML. Alright, so yeah, the DL means description list, the DT means description term, and the DD means to describe the description list. So yeah, that is lists in HTML, and yeah, I hope you guys learned something new, and happy learning to everyone, and I hope I'm gonna see you all in the next one. Bye bye!